At the beginning of the story, we meet Sandy, a 45-year-old housewife who lives a happy life with her husband and 2 children. She deeply loves her family and enjoys her everyday routine. But one day, while watching her son's birthday party video on her husband's laptop, she accidentally comes across another video, one that changes everything. In that clip, she discovers her husband is having an affair with a woman named Jennifer. Shocked and heartbroken, Sandy is devastated. In a fit of rage and pain, she decides to divorce him and move to New York City with her kids, hoping to rebuild her life from scratch. Now, in a new city, Sandy starts looking for a job so she can support her family and begin this fresh chapter. She also needs a place to stay, so she rents an apartment in New York. One day, while visiting a cafe next door, she meets Aram, a 25-year-old guy. Aram is also going through a recent breakup, and both of them are searching for happiness again. As Sandy tries to adjust to her new life, she joins a self-defense class, not just to learn how to protect herself, but also to find emotional strength. Coincidentally, she sees Aram there again. Despite having a college degree, Aram hasn't found a decent job, so he's working odd jobs he doesn't even like, just to get by. During one session, the instructor tells Sandy to let out her anger, and she takes it all out on Aram. She yells at him, remembers everything her husband did, and even hits him like he's a punching bag. But the next day, she apologizes sincerely. She then asks him if he knows anyone who could babysit her kids. Aram offers to do it himself, saying he needs the money. Sandy agrees. That night, Aram arrives at Sandy's home for his first babysitting gig. But soon he realizes that her kids are quite the handful, super naughty and not at all easy to manage. Meanwhile, Sandy heads out on a date with a man, leaving Aram in charge. Unfortunately, the guy turns out to be a complete jerk, behaving in weird and uncomfortable ways that make Sandy feel uneasy. Frustrated and disappointed, she cuts the date short and returns home. Back at home, Aram has somehow managed to win over the kids. He calms them down and even puts them to sleep. Later that night, Sandy shares her awful dating experience with Aram. She laughs it off but also opens up, saying she wishes she could find someone who could truly make her happy, and someone who would be good for her kids too. The next morning, while Aram is working at the cafe, Sandy's kids show up out of nowhere and tell him, with serious faces, that their mom has died. Shocked and panicked, Aram rushes to the apartment, only to find Sandy fast asleep. He gently tells the kids, she's not dead, she's just in a really deep sleep. In the meantime, Sandy's life slowly begins to improve. She lands a good job at a news agency, and things finally start falling into place. Since her schedule becomes more demanding, she offers Aram a permanent babysitting position. Aram accepts, but his parents aren't happy about it at all. They believe that after graduating from a prestigious college, their son shouldn't be doing a babysitter's job. So, under pressure from his parents, Aram starts looking for a job in a big company while continuing to babysit Sandy's kids. As time goes by, Aram grows even closer to Sandy and the children. Meanwhile, Sandy's friends start noticing something too. They realize that Sandy might actually have feelings for Aram. On the other hand, Aram no longer showed any interest in other girls. He genuinely enjoyed spending time with Sandy and her kids. It felt like home. One day, Sandy gives him 2 tickets to a live fighting match and tells him to go have fun with his friends. But Aram quietly admits that he doesn't really have any friends. So instead, he asks Sandy to come along. She agrees, and the two head out together. They both have a great time in the match. While they're enjoying the event, a man walks up to Aram. It turns out he's the CEO of a major company where Aram had previously applied for a job. From the conversation, Sandy realizes something surprising. Aram had actually been offered the job, but turned it down to continue babysitting. After the CEO leaves, Sandy asks Aram why he would give up such a big opportunity. Aram simply replies, "For the first time, I feel happy doing something. I love being with you and your family." Just then, during the match, a boxer falls straight on Aram, and he gets hurt badly. Sandy immediately takes him home and asks him to stay the night so she can take care of him. But before anything else happens, Sandy's ex-husband shows up unexpectedly. He tells her to come back with him and the kids, and even demands that Aram leave the house. But Aram refuses and encourages Sandy to finally say everything she's kept bottled up for years. So, Sandy unleashes all her anger, just like she once did in her self-defense class. She yells at her ex, swears at him, and tells him everything she's wanted to say for so long. Her words are sharp and honest. After hearing it all, her ex-husband walks away silently, humiliated and defeated. Sandy then tells Aram that she's taking him out on a proper date. The following morning, Aram, excited, shares the news with his friend. But his friend is disappointed. He has a big stage performance that same night, and he was hoping Aram would be there to support him. Not wanting to let his friend down, Aram decides to bring Sandy to the show instead. After enjoying the performance, Aram and Sandy head to a party together. As the evening unfolds, they begin to grow closer, sharing laughter and heartfelt moments. But things take a turn when Aram unexpectedly runs into his ex-girlfriend at the party. She tells him she wants to get back together. Aram, however, calmly ignores her and walks right back to Sandy, his mind and heart made up. Later that night, after returning home, Sandy and Aram begin to share an intimate moment. But suddenly, the kids walk in on them. Instead of hiding the truth, Aram gently sits them down and openly explains everything about his relationship with Sandy. He wants them to understand and feel secure, showing just how serious and honest he is about their future together. Meanwhile, Sandy opens up to her friends about her relationship. She tells them she's fallen in love with her children's babysitter. But because Aram is only 25, her friends don't take it seriously. They even make fun of her. Despite the judgment, Aram isn't bothered at all. His feelings remain strong. The next day, Aram takes Sandy to meet his parents. But during the visit, Aram's mother doesn't speak kindly to Sandy. From her tone and expressions, Sandy realizes that Aram's mom doesn't approve of their relationship, mainly because Sandy is 45. Though Sandy tries not to let it affect her, deep down, it plants a seed of doubt. Even though Aram truly loves her and her kids, Sandy starts to wonder if their relationship can really work. She begins to feel like maybe she's too old for him, and that, unintentionally, she might be holding him back from living the life he deserves. One day, while working at the office, Sandy suddenly feels strange. Something doesn't feel right. Later, she discovers that she's pregnant. That night, she shares the news with Aram. At first, Aram is shocked. He doesn't know how to react. But soon, he smiles and tells Sandy that he actually wants them to stay together, always. The next day, they go to the doctor. After some tests, the doctor confirms that Sandy is pregnant, but she won't be able to carry the baby to term. Her age makes it too risky. This news deeply upsets Sandy. As they leave the clinic, Sandy gets emotional and starts arguing with Aram. In her frustration, she tells him that maybe they were never meant to be together. "I'm 20 years older than you," she says. "This can't work. We have no future together." With tears in her eyes, Sandy walks away, leaving Aram heartbroken. The truth was, Sandy didn't want Aram's life to be ruined because of her. Aram tried his best to make her understand, but Sandy had already made up her mind. She didn't want to continue the relationship under any circumstances. Heartbroken, Aram quit his babysitting job and left to travel the world. Even while exploring different countries, Aram couldn't stop thinking about Sandy and her kids. On the other side, Sandy focused on being a good mother. She even got promoted at her job. Slowly, 5 years passed. Sandy had now become a successful reporter, while Aram spent his time teaching kids in different parts of the world. Many women tried to start a relationship with Aram, but he just wasn't interested. His heart still belonged to Sandy. So, he chose to stay single. Then one day, Sandy was at a restaurant with her kids, and suddenly, she saw Aram. Their eyes met, and both of them lit up with joy. Aram told her that a few years ago, while he was in Bangladesh, he adopted a child, and now they live together. When Sandy realizes that Aram is still single, she smiles. And just like that, they start a new chapter together, happily as a family. And that's how the movie ends. So, how did you like the story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe,